Tier list. Alright, now the assault begins. We're gonna start with ARR main character tier list. Oh shit. Oh, y'all chat, you're gonna hate this shit. Oh, here it comes. Here comes the unfollows and the unsubs. There we go. Wait, that's something that we're talking about in the evolve mode, the healer thingy? Okay, I see. The blood lily? I don't know what the blood lily is yet, so yeah, I guess maybe that's later on. Dark Knight only starts feeling good when you get TBN. I don't have that either yet. Almost no enemies are stunnable past ARR. Like, not even the trash mobs in dungeons? Black Mage below Summoner is a hate crime. Yeah. I can see that, but then you're a Black Mage main. You're biased. So am I. I will openly and willingly admit I'm a little stupid, and Black Mage hurts my brain sometimes. The most weird thing about Black Mage is that its AoE rotation, in my opinion, is not intuitive. You get Fire 2 and what's it called? Blizzard 2 or whatever, and Freeze. And once you get Flare, it's no longer useful. And a new player like me, I had trouble with identifying that Flare is the way to go, and you basically cast 2 Flares, go back into Ice, load up on mana, and cast 2 Flares, and you ignore Fire 2, besides switching back into Fire. This was weird to me. It's a hate crime against me personally! Alright, here we go. You can already see what I did. I'm hovering with the mouse. Do I even need to elaborate? Keep in mind this is ARR. This is ARR. Like, I'm talking about end of ARR. This might change in Heavensward. Spoiler warning, it won't. But others might change in Heavensward. So, Alphino, yo. This entitled little fucking Ellison is the whole reason things are happening that would have not happened otherwise. You are the problem, Alphino. Fuck you. I hated this shit. This little fucking idiot. They were like a brat. Oh, yo. I'm so good. I'm coming from this royal house, and I'm basically Louis Wau's nephew. So everything I say you have to do, and I'm so good at stuff, and I know things, and Alphino, go fuck yourself. No. Piss off. Alright. Americ. It's OMG yes. The character doesn't get too much screen time, and they're like a little cold at first, and they don't really want to help you, but then they warm up a little bit. But I like them. The aesthetic of Americ is pretty cool. They look like this cool knight guy. They are the commander of stuff, and I was like, yo, Americ is cool. And while they are a little bit cold to the player and appear like they don't care, they actually do, and they just want to protect their homeland and stuff like Ishgard. I like them in ARR. I won't do too long on this. I will go through this a little faster. But Darren. Actually, fuck yeah. This is biased as fuck, because I started Limsa with Warrior, right? And I was like, yo, but Darren is pretty fun. I even remember his name. To this point, I haven't talked to this guy in like, I don't know, 100 hours, maybe longer. But Darren is fuck yeah. I was so happy when I got back to him, and he's like, yo, you're doing so good, Yana. You're a nice hero, the adventurer. And they were like a cool starting point for the game, I feel like. The only problem I had with Darren is the accent. I had trouble reading his shit, but it was always funny. I enjoyed the Darren really hard. So yeah. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Biggs, right? Wedge is the little one. Where's Wedge? Like, actually, I don't see them. Where is this little fucker? Yo, where are you? There. I will rank them as 1 because they most of the time appear as 1. Pretty cool. They're funny. They have a cool dynamic between each other, and I like that. So yeah, these two pretty cool, pretty cool. I liked how they dealt with what coming up next. Amerik is so hot. I mean, yeah, he's cool. Yeah, like OMG, yes, that's what I'm saying. We can make a at some point when I'm later into the game, right? There will be a down bad or a waifu tier list or a husbando tier list. I'm gonna do that shit. The down bad tier list where we're like, oh shit, hold me in your strong arms, daddy. Who said that? I will not elaborate. The only thing they could have done better with Sid is shirtless Sid. That's it. If you disagree, fuck you. First tier list. Indeed, yep, it will happen. So yeah, absolute peak. Sid was the entire opposite of Alphinaud. They saved the day so often. They like airship, Garuda fight, the fight against the Empire, and what was he called? Gaius and stuff. Like Sid did basically everything. They made the that we can enter the fucking crystal tower and all this shit. Sid, MVP of ARR, unironically. I don't remember this guy's name. It's the buddy of Harry Balls here. They are pretty cool. And they are like, they're there, I guess. I don't remember them really. This guy, the most funny dialogue ever and cool expressions. They played such a little role in the story though. They were just there, kind of. I mean, they were just there, but they were so funny that I laughed hard, and this is why they're here. Who is this? Can you even see it? Wait, who is this? I don't remember them. Like, actually, who is this? The leader of Sion's B team? That's true. Old man Yaoi with Sid and Nero? Holy shit. That's the clone from Crystal Tower Story. Whatever. Okay, they are there. I don't remember them at all. That's whatever. I don't remember the Sylph Elder's name. They're just there, really. They had a little bit of a role. I think you had to save them from a dungeon where you met the first Essien and then they spawned in the Dyremite, the big scorpion thingy. And this is where you first find out about the Essiens and the Empire collaborating or whatever, and they're just there. It's whatever. Also, is this Elidibus? Yo, they go into Alpha. They are like a bitch. I hated them so much. They did nothing. We could have killed them probably, but then again, we didn't. And we couldn't. I hated them. They were ass, and they were so evil, but they said, oh, I'm just an emissary. No, I don't like them. Fuck them. Flamine, or however she's called. She's okay. They had a cutesy little thing with Minfilia, and they met, and it's stepmom. But honestly, they were not doing much, really. They were just kind of there, but not annoying, so it's okay. Yu Hase. I cannot rate them on how much I hate them, but in how much did they do for the story progression, and they're okay. I hated them, and I would rate them lower based on that, but I have to be a little bit objective, a little more. I would say they're okay. They had this weird role, which were written that you should hate them, and they did a good job in this. Like oh my god, I wanted them so bad, like to die, and we fucking got them at some point. It might have been in Heaven's Ward actually, but we got him. Gaius. Okay, so maybe that's a hot take. And I know it's a meme. This guy is an insane meme, I think, in the community. But as a new player, knowing nothing about main scenario roulette yet, and meeting them every fucking day for the entirety of the rest of my existence, I must say, fuck yeah, this was a good villain. I actually liked him as like the big baddie. I enjoyed that story. I would say like I looked forward to that fight so hard, and I was so happy when we got him. This was cool. It was a little memey at some moments, and they yap a little much, which isn't a big thing on your first time you meet them. It's like really cool, and they have this big villain speech, and then they go into this crazy fight where it's actually pretty easy, but you do all this stuff, right? It was cool. I will say it was cool. The voice acting is mostly what's being memed, yeah. Even that, I thought it wasn't too bad, really. So, contained in its own ARR story, knowing nothing else about the game, Gaius is a cool big baddie villain. It's good. This is Raha, I think, or whatever. The Crystal Tower guy with the red eyes. Everyone loves them, and I'm like, yeah, okay, he's there. It's like, you're better than Yu Hase, but you're just there. You did stuff, but also, were you entirely necessary? I guess because this Alagan royal blood is in your whatever. And then he sealed himself into the tower and was like, yo, see you in 500 years. And I'm like, okay, peace. See ya. They were there and then they were gone. And I was like, okay, forgettable character in my opinion. Keep in mind, this is ARR. I haven't seen them in Heaven's Ward. If they ever turn up again, this can and will change. Horchefon. Our boy. I'm just kidding. It's OMG, yes. It was pretty good when I saw them, and I would say they're better than Americ. It might even be fuck yeah. But it's somewhere here. It's not here. I don't know why it's not here. I have... This is not a complaint, but Horchefort was too good. Does that make sense? In like ARR, I had this little problem with Horchefort, that he was too trusting and welcoming to us as the Warrior of Light. He was like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna help you with unconditionally, whatever. I think we did 1 or 2 quests, and then they were like, okay, sure, you're my best friend now, and I'm gonna cheer for you with my little cheerleader thingies. They were... I don't know. I would have liked if this was more of a... Maybe I remember this wrong, even. But it was pretty cool seeing them, and they were there when we were down on our, like, at the worst of times. But this is the very end of ARR, and Most of the time they were just like there. They were a point in the story to drive it forward too, and introduce Ishgard more and stuff. They were like an anchor point, I would say. That's why I like them. But it's OMG, yes. It's pretty cool when they turn up, and I remember them way more than other characters, like these at least. Whatever. Ysayle, also small role in Ice Heart. In ARR, she has a very small role. She's pretty cool. Like, she's there and she does stuff, and then she turns into Shiva, right? That was pretty cool. That fight was insane. I liked that fight. Probably one of the better trials in ARR. Ilbert. I hated them, but that just means they did a good job. They did a good job with writing them, and I feel like they were a little too obviously the bad guy. I was like, I met them, and then I was like, oh, how convenient. You are friends with Rauban, and then you're the boss of the Crystal Braves of Alphinaud now, and surely you will not betray us ever. And I was actually fooled for a second at one point. I was thinking that from the beginning. When I met this guy, I'm like, yo, this is an evil guy. And then at some point, they were like, when you root out this Allison from Ulda, I don't remember her name, whatever. And she's trying to flee to the Garleans, and they like use her as a scapegoat. And I'm like, oh shit, maybe Ilbert isn't the bad guy, and they just trolled me the game. But then it turned out he is actually the bad guy. 2. And I'm like, ah, oh, fuck. But still pretty cool. The fight in the cutscene against Rauban, it was cool, but they are absolutely insane. The facial expressions of them, wild. Like, actually wild. But they were pretty cool. I liked them. I hated that my character couldn't defeat the plot armor of Ilbert at multiple times in the story, but it is what it is. It's not a hard difficulty or like pain point for me to rank them lower. Khan E. Senna. They're just there. We always meet up at her place. We're never meeting or rarely meet in Ulda or like in Limsa at like Merwulf's place, but we always like go into the, what's it called, Solus Sanctum or whatever. You know what I mean, the little waterfall thingy, and you're just there and you chill, and she's never leaving that place. But she's just there. And she's always like, she sounds like she's on Valium or like medication that makes her slow and quiet. She's never excited about anything. They're on the border of it's okay, I guess, but they're just there. I don't remember much of her dialogue in ARR, really. This is La Habrea, right? One of the Ascians here. I don't know which one is which. I think this is La Habrea, and this is the other one I don't remember the name of, which is a trial fight. They were okay. Pretty OMG, yes, to be fair, actually. I hated them, but I wanted to fight them so bad. So I was looking forward to seeing them. I was joking about them. Oh, we are so evil. We are the evil Ascians. I know I did that. But it is what it is. Like, I know I memed on them, but I liked the villain part of them, and they're like this manipulator in the background that whispers into the ears of Gaius and stuff and taunts us every time. I don't remember who this is. I think it's one of the Crystal Braves, and they have a name. I cannot rate them. I would say okay, or they're just there. I can't remember them at all. Nabrialis is the other one, yeah. Let's just put them at okay. They're like whatever. They're there. You have this one fight with them, and that's it. Livia, I hated her. I hated her. Her design is pretty cool, but she's very one-dimensional, I feel like. She has no character growth at all. She's just there doing whatever Gaius tells her to do, really, and she's just oh so evil. She like Nero is better than her. She's okay. And in this, when we have Livia, we need to Noraxia. She kicked the shit out of Noraxia in Vesper Bay in the Waking Sands. I remember that so vividly. When Noraxia died, it was core memory unlocked for me. I don't know what it is about Noraxia. The Sylphs were pretty like funny with their other one talk and stuff. But them dying was like, oh no, poor Noraxia. And I wanted to get Livia so bad after this. This is for Noraxia. I remember that. This might be very weird that I remember Noraxia so well, but they were a good one. Alright, this is... Who is this? Papalimo? No, this is not Papalimo. This is the Papalimos, this one. This is the good one. This is the other one. The bad guy, the merchant, and this is the other merchant. But this one gets killed by Roban. Hard spoilers, by the way. I should have said that earlier. But anyone watching this will probably think about spoilers. Nah. They're okay. Both of them. I don't know what to think about this whole plot. That they wanna like take over the Sultanate and whatever. Also, Lucia in ARR, she's just there. She's just standing there next to Americ and look good. That's kind of it. I mean, I liked her aesthetically, but she's okay. She has nothing to do with any. Yeah, Lolorito and Taleji. Or the Tadeleji or whatever. Merle Whip? Yo, girl, please step on me and call me a bitch. That's Merle Whip. Oh yeah. Wife. She's definitely peak. That's why I joined the Limson Grand Company too. Merle Whip. Down bad. Maybe I am a little bit. Merle Whip, peak. She had cool speeches. She has cool aesthetic. She did stuff that was important in my opinion. In Heavensward, this will change a little actually. Definitely not exactly what I thought about her. I see you, Emily. I see you. This is Midgard Sommer, right? Do I rank the Midgard Sommer based on lore, story, and aesthetics, or do I rank the fight too? That would change a little bit. If it's just lore and story, I would say, that's pretty cool. If I rate the fight too, I'm saying OMG, yes, it's a cool fight. It's like the first big fight against some massive dragon, and you're like, holy shit, what is happening? And then afterwards you get this cutscene. I don't know, it feels pretty cool. I would say OMG, yes. Midgard Sommer was kind of cool. When they turned into the Pokeball thingy afterwards, it was like a little funny. In the little Midgard Sommer thingy that popped up and randomly spelled their bullshit to me. I memed on this on all of Heavensward, but it was kind of fun. But in ARR, being there the first time facing this fucking huge dragon spirit at the end of the dungeon. Oh yeah, the music is good too, I think. I remember this well. That's one of my favorite moments, I think, of the post-ARR story. Minfilia, Might be a hot take, but I think fuck yeah. I liked Minfilia a lot. She's a cool boss. She's very positive. She's considering things. She's fair. I cannot say anything bad about her. Her decisions were justified, all of them. Good decisions. They didn't fuck anything up, at least not to my brain that remembers things. The next one. I might have a thing for Rogadins, friends. Moonbreeder. Please imagine an icon of me and we put it between those two. And then things happen for a few hours. That's kind of Moonbreeder was like, they brought her into the story and like, yo, she's such a cool character. I like her humor. I like her style. She had a nice voice actor. She had this funny thing going with Urian Jair, and then they killed her off. And I'm like, no! Why did you do this? If I could bring anyone back of the dead people, Moonbreeder. Yo, fuck Isael or Noraxia, even if they're cool, like, give me Moonbreeder back. Yeah. So that's the Moonbreeder story. She also had a big impact on the story. She made us kill like the first Asian, I think, with the, I don't remember the name of the crystal, but it was the white big crystal thingy. And then she sacrificed herself to kill them. I think that's how it worked, right? I might remember this shit in a wrong way, but it was good. Holy fuck. Like peak character in my opinion. Absolutely good. Such a short time in the story and such a big impact in my opinion. This I don't remember their name. Wait, maybe I do. Momodi? Maybe Momodi? She's the equivalent of Badarin in Ul'dah. And I feel like I might remember this wrong, but I think she was involved in the plot of betraying me. At the end there, didn't she send me to this like weird spot outside of the city while the others did the poisoning stuff of the Sultana? I might remember this wrong. Holy shit, but I'm unsure. Yeah, she was okay. There's a lot of okay characters. They're just there. She was oblivious to it. Okay, so she just followed some orders she got. Okay, fair. Then I remember this a little wrong. Thank you. Also, this Allison is the equivalent in Gridania, and she was like, she's there. I don't remember her shit at all, and she has such a little impact on the story, I think. Momodi had a bigger one. With the refugees too, like when Yugiri came, she had to do a little bit of stuff to shelter them and give them like food and stuff. So I remember Momodi way more than whatever her name is. Yeah. That's kinda it. The Sultana. I have mixed feelings about the Sultana. She had a big impact. She was very fat part of the story. I remember one scene though, very vividly, where Roban picks her up and puts her on his forearm like a parrot. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? I had to actually like compose myself, not laughing too hard about this and take it seriously. This was so stupid. The little like parrot Sultana. She's OMG, yes, though. Maybe even fuck yeah. She had good moments and she had good speeches too. And she had a big impact on the story, like her faked death and stuff. was such a big thing that changed so much. So I would say, fuck yeah. She's one of the good leaders. Like, who gives a fuck about Khan E. Senna? The Sultana and Moonbreeder are like way up there. Nero? Okay, this might be a crazy hot take. They aesthetically, they look cool and they have a relatively big impact on the story, even post ARR, because they're like the only ones surviving of the so said Garlean villains. And then they actually help us a little bit and they do stuff and they start to look cool and no longer like, oh, we're so evil and I'm such a bad guy. They're become more gray and like, what is their thing? What are they trying to achieve here? But holy shit, his little speech when he's like in the castrum with Gaius, he's like, "Oh my god, Sid, I got cucked so hard by you in university. Like I was only sitting on the cuck chair while you were fucking all the girls." Like essentially that's what he said. I'm sorry. This will get demonetized because of that probably, but I don't give a shit. They like they had a good growth in Heaven's Ward, I would say, but holy shit, were they like, I hate to say that, but they were such a whiny bitch in ARR. They were like fighting for their ego more than anything else. Still, pretty cool, I guess. Better than Ilbert. But yeah, Nero, whiny bitch. Definitely, like, Sid got him by the balls. For sure. Papalimo is absolute peak. I don't know what it is about this character. They had very little screen time and I don't remember too many of their appearances, but I think the humor of Papalimo and the dialogues they had with Ida and stuff always made me like smile and I had fun when they appeared and did stuff. They didn't do too much, I feel like, but they did things. And every time they showed up, I liked them. This might be another hot take, but Papalimo, in my opinion, very cool. Which makes it way worse what happens in Heaven's Ward. I don't remember this one at all. I have no idea who this is. This is Pippin, the adopted son of Roban. But this one, they're just there, I guess. Whatever. Papa Shan. Now that you say that, I remember the name, but I cannot point it down to what they did or what was their role. They were just there, I guess. I completely forgot what they did. I'm not gonna lie. I think this helps me too to reflect a little on what made ARR good for me and what the characters did. Because whatever, I cannot remember shit. Oh, the same with her. She's the sister of this guy. The Alagan clones. They were just like there. I didn't give a shit about the story really. It was kind of okay, but then it was too far away and it was so disconnected to the ARR story really. I don't even know. The very first person you help in ARR? Papa Shan? Really? Oh my god, I really can't remember it. It's wild. Pippin was like there a little bit. They didn't do too much stuff, but they saved us at the end with the brother of Badarin or his cousin or whatever, the blonde pirate guy. It was pretty cool. Also, they are called Pippin. Just my favorite hobbit, so I guess they have a little bonus here. Okay. Okay, character. They were the one who led the excavation at the Crystal Tower. Ram Bros, I think. Yeah, they were there. They weren't annoying or anything. They did stuff, but they were just there. They were like, maybe even here, but I guess okay. Roban is holy shit. Yeah. I was like cheering so hard when he had his big speech at the when you first do the remembrance story, right? When you go to the three city states after you finish like level 20 or whatever it is, and you become the envoy of your city state. And you go to the others and you listen to all the leaders remembering the calamity. And his speech there was like, holy shit, yeah, Roban is a cool guy. I like him a lot. And then they had the dynamic with the Sultana and the interplay with Ilbert, and then they had the fight with the fucking Lalafels and Ilbert, and we had to rescue him too. But that was in Heavensward, I think. Or was it the end of ARR? I can't remember. It's like a little bit of flowing into each other. But Roban, absolute peak. Cool character, cool voice actor, aesthetic peak. I have no complaints. You save him in Heavensward, yeah. Roban jumps up really high in the end of ARR. I think so too. Yeah, he gets jailed. Okay, yeah. Yeah, right. This is when you like watch the cutscene of Heavensward 2, like the trailer, and you see him with the beard and stuff. Who is this guy? Is this the one with the big the double shield guy where you have the single target fight at the first Guardian fight basically? I think this is it. This is him. The fight was pretty cool, but they did fuck all for the story. It was just a cool fight, and that's why it's pretty cool. Like they had this fight where they refused to die and stood up again and again, and then they chained you, and then I think Heidelin came in and saved you for the first time. Actually, it was good fight. It was a cool single target fight dungeon thingy that set the tone for like what's to come with the other Guardians, and it was good. But they did fuck all for the story. They could have been. You could cut them out of the entire story, and it wouldn't matter. I think. Like there would be maybe a little bit of a question mark, but I don't think it would be a big thing. You could just cut this whole thing out, and it would not matter. This was his fight back in the day before they turned into a solo instance. All right. Might be way too loud. No. Oh shit, this looks different, yeah. It's also like a raid or trial. By the way, warrior. I would say I prefer the single fight seeing this. The single fight felt way more impactful, like you actually beat this really crazy Guardian beast. And Heidelin comes in and saves you. This looks ass. This looks like it's a joke. Because the single target fight, it could be failed. It was kind of hard. You had to dodge shit and be aware of what you're doing. So this, I would say, the new fight is better. I would say, hello Medusa. Hello. Good morning. 2 minutes and nothing happened. Yeah, so I would say the new fight is better. But like I said, the story is very neglectable. They're just there. They do nothing. The La Habrea fight is probably also very good. Yeah, I like that. That's why they are here. They had a good solo fight after the Ultima weapon. That's true. Who is this? This is one of the Crystal Braves. Is it like what's his name? Ryel? Ryol. They did stuff, and I think it was impactful, but I can't remember too much. They're okay. Some characters I don't remember too much, or I hated them so much that they're just okay. Alright. Tataru is fuck yeah. Pretty much up there. Tataru is so funny, and her little quest line. I don't know if it's already Heavensward. Like I said, I'm mixing up a few things. This is very fluid in my head, where things happened. When she went on her little solo adventure to become an arcanist was so wholesome. Tataru was always like funny. The first time I met her, when I walk into the Waking Sands, right, and she's sitting there on her little chair and just singing, and I'm like, "Aw." So Tataru, I really liked her. She didn't have too much to do with the story. She's just kind of there too, like being the good soul of the science, I would say. But fuck yeah, Tataru. Always funny to see her, and she became a very liked character of mine. Also, she's a little bit of a meme. Yeah. Ryol was the guy who pointed out, hey, someone in the Crystal Braves is up to some bullshit. Yeah. Tataru's peak. I would say fuck yeah. Thancred. I was like, holy shit, this guy is bullshitting me, because he was like La Habrea's bitch for a while, right? And I was when we did the Ungust story in Thanalan with the priests. I think this led to the first Ifrit fight. I was like, yo, I don't trust Thancred. And I was right for it, because it was like probably La Habrea that acted as Thancred. I still don't know what happened there, really. I feel a little weird about that. But Thancred in general was pretty cool. They had the ninja style at the end of the game, and they did stuff. But also they weren't a too big part of the story besides the La Habrea thing. They were just there sometimes. But I like them. Thancred is pretty cool. So, OMG, yes. Urian Jair. He's a nightmare. His dialogue gives me trouble, but this is a skill issue on my side. They had cool interaction with Moonbreeder, which was extremely funny. They did a lot for the story in like, yo, I'm the scholar, I'm a knower, I know things, I'm telling you how it works. He's probably up here. They're pretty cool. They did stuff. I think their role in Heavensward was way bigger though. They were just there for a little bit of info dump and explaining stuff, I feel like, but it's still pretty cool. I love his dialogue. His dialogue is good. It's just me having trouble to read it. I agree, his dialogue is pretty cool. That's why he's there. He's pretty cool. Is he OMG? Yes, and they're like more the PowerPoint presentation person. He can't even channel Ether? Oh shit. Oh wait, maybe this is related to something else. He was possessed by La Habrea, yeah. And as a result of being possessed, Thancred can no longer channel magic. Technically not a ninja. Alright, Ida. OMG, yes. I don't know why. She's just cool. She's wholesome. She doesn't have much dialogue. She's just let me punch shit, really. And I respect that a lot. Also, her and Papa Limo's ending is... She might actually be up here. When she hits... she's limit breaking hard, like in the sewers or whatever. And this was a cool ending, and I'm like, what the fuck? They cannot die, these two. And she's like punching the shit out of things. She hadn't had... I think she didn't have a big impact on the story in general, but I just liked her character. So she deserves a spot here. This will be a hot take. These two. I know, chat. I know everyone loves Ishtola. She's the cat waifu. She's okay. Is it crazy to say I found Ishtola annoying at some points? Just a little. She was okay. She was there. She did a few things. She was important for the story, yeah, but I don't know what it is. I found Ishtola was a little bit annoying in ARR. It was better in Heavensward for sure. In ARR, I was like, do I like her? I don't understand what's the hype about her. Yeah, she's pretty I don't know what it is. She's okay. Like, I don't hate her, but she's not my favorite on a long shot. Yugiri? Yugiri? Please bully me. Give me the hard, cold looks once you take the mask off and bully me. Oh yeah, give me the silent treatment. Just look at me disappointingly. Like, oh. Oh, she's so good at that. You know she's good at that. She's just there. She doesn't have to say anything, and she just gives you the the pathetic meme. She just looks down and be like, visible disgust. Yes, Yugiri, thank you. Absolute peak. Her aesthetic, really fucking cool. Her storyline, cool. I want to see more. I want to see how it ends. And the good thing is, I think we get that with Stormblood. She came back late Heavensward, and things are definitely happening with Yugiri now. At least I think it is. I don't see a Stinian. They're not on the list, yes. I just got a pre-made list, so Estinian based on ARR stuff would be like, pretty cool. Pretty cool to okay, actually. He's there, he looks cool, but he doesn't have a big impact besides the job quest of Dragoon. I would say. When you consider the Dragoon quest, okay, yeah, pretty cool, pretty fucking cool, up there. If he's just there in the ARR story, it's okay or kind of cool. Yeah, he doesn't appear too much. In the job quest though, he's there. Yeah, the job earlier where this was no rage bait. That's how I feel about it. All right, so screenshot this shit and post the hate comments on YouTube. Thank you. Also, non-debatable. Papa Limo is the only one that cannot touch me because he's more like the cool uncle or the grandpa character for me. Everyone else here, I have a little bit of a crush. Let me do a thing real quick. Okay, so this is difficult. I would say I would say like this. I'm just a strong Rogadin enjoyer, I guess. But also shirtless Sid. You have to imagine it. Just imagine him like he's working. He has his little wrenches and stuff, and his hammers, and oh my god, he's having the very cold Coca-Cola that is like purling and having these water drops, and then he took his shirt off because he was like working in his workshop and it's very hot. And then he's like drinking and it drips on his chest and runs down where, and I'm licking it up. Holy shit, who said that? So yeah, just imagine that real quick. And Yugiri is like when you want the a little bit of a bully treatment. I feel like the silent judgment. That's like a very specific, on a very specific day type of thing. and Maribel is just, oh, she is your wife and you are her bitch. If you want it or not, a little bit. She will hold you and tell you it's okay, but she's the boss. That's a thing. Thirsty for Sid Cola? I mean, it's a thing. Sid doesn't really do it for me, that's totally fair. I have a weird taste. It would be, Lalafuzz would be good at just cuddling, I think. Yeah, totally fair. Moonbreeder is like Karlak, that's the demon character in Baldur's Gate, right? I haven't played it. Yeah, I would say Moonbreeder would prove me she can live up to her name in renaming myself to Moon. Sid and narrow old man yaoi is the only thing I can think of. That's crazy though. Alright, so this is my final list. I think we agree on Alphino! And we agree about absolute peak for most of it. The rest is kind of debatable. Maybe some things rank a little up or down. But I think it's pretty solid so far. I think it's pretty solid.